On this weekend's backpacking trip, I'm taking along my friend Aavron, who's visiting from Colorado. Join us as we take on this challenging 28-mile loop with route finding, decision making, and fishing along the way.
We just made it to the Necklace Valley trailhead. We're leaving the truck here, and we're gonna hike the forest road for 2.5 miles and actually start on the trail from the West Fork Foss trailhead. And this is where we'll end up after the 28-mile loop. We're gonna do counterclockwise for the Alpine Lakes High Route and do some route finding under Iron Cat Mountain. And then we both got fishing poles. My friend Aavron's with me, and he's gonna do some fly fishing, and we're gonna see what we can catch. We just finished walking 2.5 miles on the road. We're now at the West Fork Foss trailhead and wanted to get that out of the way at the beginning of the trip so that we don't have to do that stretch on tired legs. Pretty hazy today from wildfires in the area. They're not any danger to this area at this point, just smoky. But it doesn't smell too bad. Air quality index is around 50. Might be a little bit higher as we get higher in elevation. But hot and humid, but the weather is going to be getting cooler over the weekend. Okay, for scale, how tall are you, Aavron?
6'4".
So your arm span's about 6'4" as well?
Yep.
Nice. Just 5 miles in a little under 2 hours moving time, so that's pretty good. It is very humid today. Got sweat dripping down my elbows, down my chin, but steady pace. Past Trout Lake, we've got West Foss Creek here on the side making a lovely sound, and 5 miles to go to Big Heart Lake. Man, I am struggling today. My hips and hamstrings are on fire. We're just about at mile 6 of 10. It is hotter and humider. Some lovely waterfall back there, but not close enough. But slow and steady. Taking a little stretch break at Copper Lake. It has been very hot and sweaty and hazy and humid today. Yeah, I think all of our hips and low backs and whatnot are feeling it, but good news is I've got a second wind. I was really dragging there around mile 4 and 5, but have a second wind, so feel good to push on to at least Heart Lake. It's another mile, mile and a half, and the Big Heart is 2.5, 3 miles. So we got options for that. It's only about 4:15, so we still have 3 or 4 hours of sun to go, and it is so beautiful out here. The water is clear, crystal clear, but very, very hazy. We took a long break at Copper Lake. We're gonna push on to Little Heart. It's a little under a mile away and 200 or so feet of gain, and then from there we'll decide if we want to go an additional mile and a half to Big Heart Lake. It's got a little bit more elevation gain, probably about 800 to get there, but it's cooling off, body's feeling better, and it is gorgeous out here. So I made the decision to stop at Heart Lake instead of pushing on to Big Heart. It's already 5:30 and would take another hour to get out there. It's like 2 miles, 800 feet of gain, and that would put us there like 6:30. Wouldn't really have time to try for any fishing, and since I was struggling today, it's just a more prudent choice. And then tomorrow we can go out to Big Heart and Chetwood. If we're feeling good, we can push on. It will be more exposed, so if it's still sunny and smoky and bothering me, then we might make the choice to just turn around and camp back here or just head out. But for now, we are going to set up camp and enjoy this beautiful lake. All right, what kind of tent is this? Oh, the REI half dome, probably 3-person or 2-person?
2.
2. Nice. I'll get the specs and post that. Sweet home. So there was a chance of thunderstorms in the forecast for this weekend, so I'm using my Garmin to pull a weather report. It's still requesting forecast, but we'll see what it comes back with. Okay, took a minute to get the forecast. Says it's currently 65, feels like 66, 0 precipitation, 2 degrees, northeast for the wind. Friday, okay, yeah, we had a high of 77. Oh, okay, that definitely came in warmer, low of 61. Tomorrow, high of 71, low of 59 where we're at. Thunderstorms possible, 60% chance of rain. So we'll see when that comes in. Sunday, thunderstorms, high of 58, low of 53, and 50% chance of rain. Good morning. It is a beautiful, calm, quiet morning. The lake is like still as glass. It's really hazy still. You can smell the smoke, and there might be some weather coming in, but we're going to keep an eye on it. But I wanted to talk to you about a few new gear things I did this weekend. So for my Enlightened Equipment quilt, I ended up getting these straps that actually go around my sleeping mat, and it was such a great addition. So instead of like fighting the sleeping bag when I toss and turn, the sleeping bag just stayed in place. It was really warm last night, so I ended up not using my silk sack liner, but this was like just really lovely to just have this wrapped around me more and just connected. So definitely an improvement that I'm going to keep using, and I'll see how that goes on a colder night with the sleep sack as well. And then the other thing that I did is I also got an Enlightened Equipment pillow that also has the straps that go around, and oh my god, I love this. This was a game changer. As you can see, I only put a little bit of air in it, just because I don't sleep in one position, and that allowed me to put my ear and head in different spots so I don't squish my ear. Oh my gosh, super comfortable. Absolutely loved it. It's got a nice texture on it, and you know, if I needed to slide it up or down depending on how I was sleeping, that worked really great. After getting blisters in the goat rocks, I'm being really diligent about putting some anti-chafe on my feet on those hot spots. So I'm using just squirrel nut butter. I also have a stick of just other anti-chafe cream that I had Aavron bring in his pack, so we have a couple options. But I was getting hot spots on my toes and on the side of my heel. So I'm just going to make sure that those spots are all covered, and that if needed, I'll reapply later in the day. But that definitely worked yesterday. I was super sweaty, but did not get any new blisters. So definitely makes a difference. That was a huge blister on the side of my heel here. So yeah, we're good. I got that all covered now. And we're good to go. Just takes like 30 seconds more to do that little self-care. Can make a big difference for the rest of your day. Okay, it's almost 9 a.m. We are hitting the trail. The plan today is to hike on towards Big Heart Lake and Chetwood Lake. Decide if we are going to do some fishing there, and should be 4 or 5 miles, and then we'll assess how my body's doing and the weather. There's 6% chance of rain and thunderstorms. Clouds are rolling in, but oh my god, the temperature feels way better than yesterday. Aavron's already sweating. Yeah, that's the humidity.
The humidity.
Yeah.
This is not Colorado.
No, it is not dry here. So
Sweating, putting my shoes on.
yes. Yeah, so we will just reassess, see how I'm doing, see how the weather's doing, and if we aren't feeling it, we will just camp at one of the lakes tonight on the West Fork Foss side, but if we are feeling it, we'll push on and do the route finding under Iron Cap and end up in Necklace Valley. So wish us luck.
How ridiculous is it to go backpacking and have fresh fruit?
Amazing. Look at all of these blueberries. They're just so ripe. They're falling
everywhere.
off. Yum. We just noticed that there is ash falling in the sky, so definitely the wind is pushing that smoke more away, and you can
It's not falling a little,
and you can barely see the outline of the the mountains back there. Yeah, the wind is picking up a little bit, so maybe it'll push it back the other way. We'll see. Well, onward to Big Heart Lake, and we'll keep reassessing. But with that ash, it's definitely going to impact the air quality even more.
Kristen's such a YouTube star. She's already trying to tell me how to work my phone camera.
Yeah, see?
Like, oh, if you
take-
touch the screen, it focuses.
It focuses on the haze behind us, see?
Yeah, thank you.
I'm
Here,
woman-splaining
watch
him.
this, yep.
Aavron, why does it keep taking us an hour to go a mile?
No idea.
Yum. Oh my god, here's a big fat one. Yum. You guys, these are so good. We can't help ourselves. We're just pulling into Big Heart Lake, and the blue here is just a different shade of blue. That is, we were both just like, wow. It's like deeper. The other one was more aquamarine. This is like a navy. I don't even know. It's like a more teal. It's just so cool.
I've only seen this color when people Photoshop their pictures.
Right. So, risk assessment, decision making, we have decided that we're gonna stay at Big Heart Lake tonight and just day trip to Chetwood Lake. I had a friend, I satellite texted a friend to check on air quality. Still maybe only in the 90s, but up at oh my gosh, Stevens Pass, it was getting up to 132. It's definitely gotten hazier here. And there's also a chance of weather. And really, you can't see very much with all of the haze. So with that and the fact that it's getting later in the day and we want to do fishing, we are going to just be a little bit more risk averse and camp here, do some fishing, deal with the weather, and head back out the way we came in tomorrow, and we'll leave the full Alpine Lakes High Route for a better weather weekend. So out in the back country here in Washington State, they actually put official toilets. It is literally a box over a pit, and yeah, it's a great way to use the bathroom out here so you don't have to dig a pit toilet. I'll be back. New plan. The weather cleared up, the smoke has been clearing up, and we're gonna go on to Chetwood, another 2.5 miles. We spent the morning fishing, no bites, couldn't even see it. We even had a beautiful drop off, but didn't happen. And then likely we'll actually push on for the loop and try to get to Tank Lakes as long as this weather holds. It's really beautiful. Actually, it's a little warm again. But much calmer. So onward. We just crushed out like 350 feet. We are way up here. Big drop off. Still above Big Heart Lake. But it is gorgeous and super clear compared to earlier. And it's also very freaking hot again.
Okay. Kristen could rename the lake Big Fart Lake.
Hey, you know, everybody toots. Whoa, holy hell. That's amazing. Look at those cliffs down into the water. So we're on a high ridge between Big Heart and Angeline Lakes. And here's another viewpoint that's gonna look down over Big Heart Lake where we were fishing all morning. Oh my God. Wow. That's epic. We're dropping down to Chetwood Lake finally. Angeline Lake is on our left and Chetwood will be on our right. We're gonna take care of some hot spots and then push on from there. Weather's still holding, the smoke is really cleared out, and way more visibility, no ash falling. It's actually been a really nice day after that little squall came through. Whew, made it to Chetwood. We are going to get our feet in this beautiful clear water. Oh, wow. Yeah. This is boulder. It is just pristine out here. We just left Chetwood Lake and we're getting to the boulder fields. So starting to do a little bit more route finding. Here's not so bad. We can see a trail across the way. Boulder hopping. And Chetwood Lake behind us. So we're just checking our map because this is the route finding area. So we're just making sure we have our bearings. What are you thinking, Aavron?
Well, if we want to go to the lake, we've got to go into the gully there.
Yep.
But the trail comes in there, back out, and straight across.
Cool. Okay, we have made it to Iron Cap Lake. This is like supposed to be glacier fed still, but the glacier has melted out, so now it's just snow fed, but it does have that glacier blue color. We're just taking a little water break. Aavron hiked down to Iron Cap Lake to fill up, and I'm just using the water that I have in my life straw to refill everything, and then I have some water still in my platypus. It's 2.4 miles on to Tanks Lake. Still a lot of route finding, boulder hopping, some exposure, but we're crushing it. Doing really good, feeling really good, and the weather's holding, so we're gonna keep going. This is a very safe part of the trail, but if you were to wander off, it is straight down on the side of the cliff there. But so far, so good. We just did that last mile in 45 minutes, so we love the boulder fields much better than this sandy scree or the smaller rocks. But yeah, I think we're gonna push on to Tank and get there probably right around sunset. Maybe sooner, that'd be awesome, but we're feeling good. We're very happy we made a new plan and reassessed the situation, and it's been a really great day. Well, based off of Aavron's woo sounds, we have reached the sketchy, steep section. So I will turn my camera off and report back from the other side. Okay, we're in a safe spot right now, but we just came from up there and still pretty steep below us, but some pretty decent trail. Right here, we're fine. So it's 5:30, we're chasing daylight, 2 miles to Tank Lake, at Tanks Lakes, but we still got boulder fields ahead of us, so we're gonna try to move efficiently, and I'll pick this up when we get there. Whew, okay, well, that was a challenging route finding situation. We stayed high above what the GPS route was saying, but we just couldn't find the real trail. But we did find, we came across where it's a little grassy there, and found a little bit of a boot or a goat trail, and just kind of stayed around this ridge. And then we've been keeping an eye on a trail down below us that we'll join up with down there. But yeah, nice work route finding and not having to drop down too low. We were back on easy trail again, but we had to stop. We're still trucking to Tanks Lake, but look at the glaciers up here. It's beautiful. These jaggedy peaks, this granite wall on this guy. When we stop at Tanks Lake, we'll look at the map and pull up the names of all these guys. We made it to Tanks Lake, and we found a nice flat spot for camp, and then we came back out here to this amazing view to have dinner. We just checked our stats, and we did 2 different recordings today. So this is the one we just finished, the 7.5 miles, plus it was like a little over 2 miles from Little Heart to Big Heart Lake. So we'll just say a total of 9.5 miles today. And then 34.58 up for the second half of the day, plus another 900, so 43.58 up total, and about 6.5 hours of time. So yeah, that was awesome. So glad that the weather cleared and the smoke cleared. It was really nice to just reassess the situation and go for it, and it was perfect conditions. And now enjoying some cheesy grits again, and we wanted to enjoy the sunset, so we still got to set up camp, so we will do that and crawl into bed here in the dark. Time for bed. Good morning. It was a wild night, to say the least.
She was tearing it up, just farting all over the place. It was horrid. Sounded like thunder.
Yep. So last night while we were having dinner, Aavron pointed out some lightning way off in the distance behind the peaks. And there was like just lightning in the clouds, and we weren't hearing thunder. And so then we came back over here and we set up our tent in this nice flat spot that, you know, we both recognized had been some place of water at some point, but super flat. Well, I don't know, midnight or so, that storm came overhead, and it was so wild, so much lightning, it was so bright. The thunder was just deafening, and it just started dumping. So this morning we have a puddle. We were literally like sleeping in a little lake at one point. Thank goodness this tent has got pretty good waterproofing, but we felt like you can even see there's still some water under the tent, but we felt like our air mattresses were just floating. It was intense. It is 8:22 a.m. Fog rolled in. I am wearing my rain gear because everything is wet. I might be going through some brush later. I also have my lovely rain pants on. Necklace Cabin, dedicated to the memory of Jack Streeter, World War II, built 1950 with funds raised by the Trailblazers and his friends and family, inspired by the Mountain Cabin Memorial Association, donated to the U.S. Forest Service for free public use. Difference 4 hours makes. We started in the mist, completely soaking wet, and as we've descended down to about 2,000 feet, it is now hot and humid. It feels like we're in a rainforest. So still soggy, but definitely drying out. Yeah, it's also really amazing how much the landscape has changed. It started out, high alpine in the rocks, pretty much above the tree line, just a few trees going through boulder fields. And now we keep going in and out of these old growth and new growth forest, and then really lush like bushes with devil's club and nettles, and really beautiful. Aavron is very dedicated to getting his whole adventure on his Garmin watch that only has 2% battery left, so we've decided to pick up the pace for the last couple of miles and see if we can make it back in time. Wish us luck. We've come full circle back to the Necklace Valley trailhead. We even ran a couple miles there until Aavron's watch died. Super fun. Very rewarding weekend after a lot of decision making around the weather and the smoke. It all turned out pretty amazing. Definitely have tired feet, sore feet, blistered feet, but it was well worth it. We had some pretty good decision making and some couple of questionable decision making in terms of our tent location and my nutrition on the first day, but we got that dialed in and I actually feel amazing. Ready to jump in the car and get off these feet, but thanks for coming along for the adventure.